Okay, let's understand LLMs from the basics. Now, what is a contextual understanding? For example, if I say I love Python, does it mean that I love Python, the snake, or the Python programming language, right? You need to give a context to it. Now, how we human work is we understand the context and we understand the tone and the common sense around things. For example, if I say apple, this apple could mean a fruit or it could mean a company depending upon what the sentence, how is it used in a sentence, right? The tone, oh great, could genuinely be saying oh great to someone, or it could be a sarcasm where I say oh great, right? And then the common sense, for example, if I say I saw a bat, it could mean the flying animal, the bat, right? Or it could mean the baseball bat or a cricket bat, right? So you understand based upon the common sense, based on your common sense, that okay, I saw a bat, which exactly bat did I see, right? For example, let's take one more example where I say he gave me a ring, whether it's a wedding ring or whether it's a missed call that we are talking about. So we understand the context, tonality and the common sense. But how does a computer think? The computer does not has any inbuilt language understanding, right? What happens is it only understands numbers, nothing else, right? So for example, initially what we did was, this is known as a character level encoding, where what we do is each character we assign a particular number to it. This would be unique to a particular character, and symbols of course. And then we just take a sequence of characters with no meanings attached to it, right? Now the key problem on since the computer only understand numbers, that's the reason why we are attaching numbers, we are converting these these alphabets or characters into numbers, right? Now the problem with it is that it's just a sequence of character and there's no meaning attached to it. For example, if I say book a flight versus I say read a book, right? Now the book over here, since B, O and K will have a unique number which is assigned to them, the book over here will have a similar embedding to the book which will actually have the same embedding to the book which is over here, right? Read a book and book a flight. So now this is a problem, right? Because the book in book a flight means entirely very different from the book meaning in read the book, right? So that's where these kind of contextual sense or intuitions, giving it to computer just by a character level encoding was not possible, right? And that's where you see more complicated networks were made. But before we discuss those complicated networks, first let's try to understand why was it very hard for AI to understand human text or natural language, right? So there were three main things that came up. One is the ambiguity, sarcasm, tone, and the idioms and slangs, where things could be ambiguous, right? Where I say I went to the bank. Now this bank could mean I went to the bank to withdraw the cash, or this could mean I went to a river bank. It's very different, right? So it's ambiguous for the AI to understand. The next thing was sarcasm and tone. For example, I say oh really, or I say oh really. The sarcasm and tone is very different. We as human can understand which one is sarcasm and which one is you're really surprised about it. The similar thing was idioms and slangs, right? For example, I say spill the beans. Here I don't exactly mean that I want you to spill the beans on the table, right? So these kind of slangs, they were very hard for AI to understand. So how these words and meanings were formed, how we gave the computer to understand the sarcasm tones and remove the ambiguity, make him understand the idioms and slangs. We'll get to it, but let's start with the very basic on how the earlier models of any natural language processing before it was evolved into LLMs and chat GPTs, how they used to perform, how they used to work, and then slowly, gradually we'll understand more about the LLMs themselves. Share it with someone who might be interested in it.